Two kids looking for a new thrill.
Hey, just like I promised.
Yeah, sure.
But this time, the thrill went too far. Crack has claimed another victim. Dealers are making up their own rules, and no one is able to stop them. Somebody has got to crack down.
Who are you?
Dead.
Charles Bronson in the biggest death wish ever.
They have to be stopped, Kersey.
Death Wish 4, The Crackdown.
Spent a small fortune buying information on the major drug dealers in Los Angeles.
I'll handle this my own way, no interference from you.
He's working to destroy the drug empire.
It's either him or us.
Now, Bronson is their target. The trap is set.
Here he comes.
The fuse is lit. Bronson is unleashed. Charles Bronson, Death Wish 4, The Crackdown.
Death Wish 4 is the story of one man taking on drug mobs. Or is it?
Wait a minute, hold on. This is the Burt Reynolds and Charles Bronson podcast.
Or is it a crossover?
A crossover! We're doing our first crossover.
Hey, that's right. Scott White, thank you so much for having me on your podcast.
Mean Mark, thank you for having me back on your podcast. We are without Derek this time. He has some personal matters to take care of, so Godspeed to Derek and all the stuff he has to deal with.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's busy cleaning up the streets of Kingston, Ontario right now, so we're wishing him well there.
We decided to do this first crossover, Death Wish 4. Bronson is back.
Bronson is back now over on the Or Is It podcast here at CanadianMovieCrew.com is where I'm from. And you can find our other reviews, our Or Is It podcast, where we try and find the story behind the real story. And we've done some of the other Death Wish movies. I got to say, Scott, you kind of buried the lead with this one. And we'll get to why at the very end. And there's something very specific I want to talk about as to why this, to me, is one of the craziest. It doesn't seem that way going through why this is one of the craziest action movies I've ever seen.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
I'm going to tease you with that. And I'm an action movie guy. You're an action movie guy. There's something that happens at the end that makes it the weirdest one I've ever seen. So,
let me ask you this: Is this a letdown after Death Wish 3?
Only in certain respects. I love a good 80s wild gang, which we got in spades in Death Wish 3. But I think this one is kind of returned to form. He's back doing architecture again. You know, so I think this is kind of more what they were going for through the series, if I'm not mistaken, right?
You are correct, sir. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So it was good, you know what I mean? And then the end, it was just like, what? And so again, I don't want to play that card too soon.
Well, the movie starts off. The first 3 Death Wishes were directed by Michael Winner. So this is the first Death Wish not directed by him. It was directed by J. Lee Thompson, who directed a bunch of Charles Bronson movies. Evil That Men Do, Congetti, I believe. I believe this might have been the first time they've worked together. But he directed quite a few Charles Bronson movies. This is the first one not directed by Michael Winner, and this is the first one without a graphic rape scene. We almost get it at the beginning, but we don't.
What is with this series and opening up with? I'm very uncomfortable. But what is with this series? Like, does that always have to be the touchstone or the trigger for him to jump into action? It's like, hey, pally, I ain't getting off the couch for anything less than rape. Like, what is this?
The movie starts a bunch of tropes all at once. The parking lot late at night. Only car in the parking lot. This woman is walking to her car. Car won't start.
Yeah. Woman alone, oddly parked. First of all, the most boring credit sequence. Just an empty parking lot. They're not even on the car yet. And it's just the credits. I'd rather just a black screen. I don't know why we had to watch the inside of this parking lot. Well, and then they wait till that's done. And then they start panning over to watch the lady walking to her car.
she looks up and there's one guy, and then she looks down and she looks up and there's two guys, and then she looks down and she looks up and there's three guys. And I know this was supposed to sort of build tension. I found it actually quite comical.
Oh, me too. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. It was like this weird. Well, first of all, I mean, do you remember the '80s when apparently ladies didn't think their legs were white enough, and so.
Yes, I remember women wearing white nylons all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then it was only nurses, and then they phased it out. Yeah, but yeah, this weird kind of it's like a bad magic trick.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You know, I thought we would have another white stocking lady come out and be like the lovely assistant with the hand flourishes and just kind of. And now another guy appears. And then confetti, and then there's the third guy.
The third one is she looks down and she looks up and they're all gone. And she thinks they've gone away. Why would you think that?
Oh, thank God. The masked men are leaving.
The men who are wearing nylons on their heads, they've left me alone. Yes, that's exactly how that works out.
Yeah, what were they there? Just to give you fashion tips? Like, oh, no, just wear this color nylon, lady. Like, don't forget about the white ones. Wear the beige. And I got to say, BMW makes, like, the best windshields. These guys go whole hog on this thing for a while.
Yes, they do. Why? All you have to do is break the driver's window. But they're going on the windshield in the back. It's just like, you want to get her out of the car, just break the driver's side window, open the door, and pull her out. All that other stuff, you're just wasting energy.
Well, yeah, and guess what? At the end of it all, you've got a BMW with just one broken window if you do it that way.
Right.
Right.
You're going to need a getaway.
Yeah, I don't know how good your disappearing act is if you can all of a sudden appear at home, but
yes,
you might need some wheels because they didn't drive in.
No, if they did, they parked on another level of. Let's park a level up and walk down.
Yeah. We're in the green lot, level 3. Okay, we're gonna. Do you think the cars showed up that way too? Da 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 da. Oh, thankfully, though, it's just a dream.
It is. And it's not her dream. It's not the woman. It's Charles Bronson. Because we look up and we see Charles Bronson. And I'll have to admit, Charles Bronson looked really cool in that silhouette, the long
with the trench coat.
He looked really cool. And I also think at his age, he's got to be in his mid-60s during this movie. That might be the best way to shoot him, is in silhouette. And not a lot of close-ups and stuff like that.
Yeah, he is. He's 66 years old when this is released. So you figure he's 65. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when they're filming it, and but you're right, and then he's just got that little. One of the things I find great about Charles Bronson is he can look menacing and badass with the tiniest gun. He's got just this little purse gun that you know what I mean, but yet somehow. You know you're dead meat, and it works. I mean, these guys are pleading for their lives and stuff, and he's blowing their heads off, and it, you know what I mean? Like, it does the job, and it's easy to conceal. But I always found that funny. Like, he doesn't always have to have the biggest gun in the room to be the biggest badass in the room.
He's not Clint Eastwood with the 44. With the Magnum.
Right. Yeah, I wonder if you saw Dirty Harry. It was you don't need. What are you compensating for, Pally?
Yeah. Hey, Clint. But as you said, it's all a dream. It's Charles Bronson's dream. And he wakes up and he's in a cold sweat. And then we go to him in his architect. So he's back to being back to being Paul Kersey. Because if I'm not mistaken, in Death Wish 3, he had a different name.
He was on. He was kind of hiding from the law, I think. So he took a different name. Isn't that right? Like he was under a false name just for a little, like kind of laying low. Till the heat from Death Wishes 1 and 2 was off.
Yeah, but he's in his architects, and his name is on the door. I guess this is like his
firm?
Company. Yeah, it's his firm. That's it. This teenage girl walks in with a bunch of drawings, and this was a subtle thing, but I liked it. Charles Bronson in all these movies in his 60s, he's always got a girlfriend that's at least 30 years younger than he is.
Yep, in this case, 32 years.
32 years.
Yeah, I did the math on that one too. Kay Lentz is the actress's name. Born in 1953, as we know. Charles, born in 1921.
But there's a girl that walks in, and it's his girlfriend's daughter. And she wants to be an architect, and she shows him some drawings. And Charles Bronson says, they're good. They're not great, but they're good.
Yeah.
And
I have that in my notes too. Way to go, buddy. Way to instill confidence in this kid. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Not great, but pretty damn good, you know?
But pretty damn good, yeah. I respect the fact that he was honest in that situation.
You know what? I guess it's kind of that, you know, you're on your way, right? Like, yeah, try a little harder, you know, you got some practice, you need, and you'll get there, but oh my God. Yeah, that made me laugh. Like this is a comedy of the highest order, you know? Oh no! And so, is it after this we go to the bad guys? We start seeing the bad guys.
Well, after this, we go to his girlfriend's house.
That's right.
And that's when the boyfriend picks her up. That's when
Right.
the boyfriend picks up Charles Bronson's girlfriend's daughter, and they start smoking pot right in the driveway.
Yeah.
Right in front. It's wait till you leave.
Yeah, I know it's the '80s, but like you gotta at least wait till you leave the. Yeah, drive down a block and in your IROC Z.
Yes, before you start.
Yeah.
And Charles Bronson sees this and doesn't say anything to his girlfriend about her daughter smoking pot.
Yeah. Yeah, and so they go to an arcade, which is awesome.
That is totally 80s right there, an arcade.
Big time.
Yes.
Oh, I recognize some of the games. Akari Warrior, Spy Hunter, Ms. Pac-Man. Like, there's some obscure games, but ones that I played back in the day.
The boyfriend and the girlfriend are looking to score some. They're going to score some dope.
Now, are you a Star Trek fan at all, Scott?
I am. I'm not. I'm a fan. I'm not. I recognize that guy is from the TV show, though, right?
That's right. That's where I was headed. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you have your main drug dealer and then his right-hand man.
Yes.
Right. So the right-hand man is played by Tim Russ, who goes on to play Tuvok, a Vulcan, on Star Trek Voyager.
What did we say about punks in Charles Bronson's movies? Always go on to bigger and better things.
That's right. Yep. Exactly. So there we go. And you can tell this guy, the main guy, he's a bad guy. He's got his hair slicked back. That's always a telltale, right?
And his collar was popped.
Yeah.
Popped collar.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like an 80s flourish for the bad guy. That gets dropped later on, which is disappointing, but, you know.
Well, what happens is the main drug dealer takes the girl in the back and he gives her, I'm guessing it's crack cocaine, because it's in pill form, but he doesn't say what it is, but he gives it to her.
Doesn't he tell her not to share?
He does. He says, don't share with your boyfriend. That's all for you.
Yeah. That's not alarming.
And she ODs. She ODs and dies on, they say it's a cocaine overdose.
Well, of course she does, Scott, because she's a nice young woman with a bright future ahead of her in an action movie.
Yes.
Instant dead meat.
No, then we get the obligatory hospital scene, which is in all Death Wish movies, where they're hanging out in the hospital.
That's right. Nothing against the actress, but yeah, in the hospital scene, I was waiting for the wailing mother. I didn't get that. She kind of looked like very put out. So, oh dear, you know, she just puts her hands over her face, like, oh, this is going to cause some trouble. I noticed, and another kind of an '80s trope, the Dr. Rosenblatt. It's like every '80s, all the '80s, when you go to the hospital, you know you're being taken care of because the doctor has like a Jewish name.
Oh,
I don't know what that was in the '80s, but apparently, like you couldn't be a good doctor unless you know you're of that descent. I don't know, but you know, it just seemed to be, you know, Dr. Goldstein's going to patch you up. Dr. Rosenblatt's here. You know, I don't know. It's just one of those things I noticed over time.
Dr. Storm.
Randy, what's going on?
Mrs. Sheldon? I don't know. I'm Dr. Rosenblatt.
What happened to my daughter?
She's had a cocaine overdose.
It's ridiculous. Erica doesn't use drugs.
I'm afraid she did tonight.
Code blue in room 6. Code blue
Doctor, she's arrested with no pulse.
She get her Narcan and glucose?
Yes, sir. 4 amps. No response.
You can't come in here. You have to wait outside.
All right, bring in the paddles. Come on, we got a shot. Okay, everybody off? Off? Clear.
The next night, Charles Bronson follows the boyfriend back to the arcade because the boyfriend's going to confront the drug dealer.
Yeah.
The boyfriend, and here's another trope, the boyfriend just starts yelling at the drug dealer, I'm going to the cops. I'm telling them everything. It's like, just keep your mouth shut. Don't even go confront the guy. If you're going to do that, go do that. Go to the cops right away. But he goes to the drug dealer. He confronts the drug dealer. He says he's going to turn the drug dealer in, so the drug dealer stabs him.
Right. Why give this guy a chance to kill you? He's a drug dealer. What do you think he was going to do? Give you a ride to the police station?
That's almost as bad as when people are in a deserted place and they're like, it's a good thing I didn't tell anybody I was going to be here.
Yeah.
Alone with you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and I like how the drug dealer, like, when he gets confronted in the arcade, he's like, no, let's go talk over here. Beside the bumper cars? Like, well, how is that more private? There's a bunch of people right there, and no one notices him stabbing anybody. I guess they're just having too much fun.
The way it was filmed is people were back and forth. If you weren't looking for it, you probably wouldn't see it.
I guess.
But Bronson sees it because nothing gets past those eyes. Nothing gets past those 66-year-old eyes.
Yeah.
And he always, Charlie, I think he does this in every, he goes, hey! I think that's his signature. Hey!
Oh, yeah. That was perfect. That sounded just like him. Oh, my God. Yeah.
Hey!
And that always is a good one, too, for the action movies, because you have, like, the good guy is far enough away from the bad guy that he knows he has to close the distance to, like, have him at gunpoint, subdue him, or confront him in some fashion, right? I'm being a little bit more general now. But they always scream, hey, like the guy's going to be like, yes, and just kind of, I'll wait here, don't worry about it. No, take your time, sir. Come on over whenever you're ready and point that gun at me. I'll be right here. The guy just stabbed somebody. Someone says, hey, what do you think is going to happen?
What's going to happen is he's going to climb on top of the building and be above, like you said, they moved next to the bumper cars.
Yeah.
And they had that, the bumper cars are all connected to the ceiling, the electric ceiling. Mm-hmm. And Bronson shoots the drug dealer. He falls on top of the roof and he gets electrocuted.
I was just going to say, I love that death. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just got to get it. I actually love the double death. That's always a fun trope for me when it's like the bullet should do the job, but no, he's going to also get electrocuted too. One of those things is going to kill him.
What I thought was funny is the guy on the microphone's like, everybody stay calm, everybody stay in your car. Like he was, the minute the guy started, he was right on top of him. I'm like, that is a great employee. He did not waste any time telling everybody to stay in the car and cut the power. There's a body. That must happen more often than we think. He was right on that.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say the same thing. Like, he's seen this before, and the management is glad they had Jimmy working that night. And any other employee would have lost their shit, but Jimmy has seen stuff go down. He knows the protocol. He's probably taught a little mini seminar on it on their day off, you know what I mean? On what to do when a dead body falls on the bumper cars, right? He's done that tutorial, you bet. But yeah, he was right on it though. That was
right on it.
Yeah, like too much on it.
Like this was he was just staring at the ceiling the whole time, waiting for that.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, here we go again. Yeah. Another Saturday night ruined. But all right, stay calm, everybody, and stay in your cars. Blah blah blah.
Our next scene is we cut to a couple of cops who are investigating it. During their investigation, one of these punk kids, they saw the guy who did it. And I didn't see his face, but I saw his car. The cops get a description of Bronson's car and the last three numbers of the license plate.
Right. You're talking about the Billy Idol lookalike?
Yeah, the Billy Idol guy.
Yeah.
I could see it. Okay, I'll talk about this later. Why would you take your car? I mean, I know he doesn't. I don't know. It just seems like it's very, very sloppy that he took his own car.
It does. I mean, he brought his car, okay, and his gun. Now, if he's brought his gun with him, he intends to do something. And if you intend to do something like that, you don't want to be identified by your car.
Right. So maybe take a taxi there.
But you need a getaway vehicle, so it's kind of hard to...
Well, I mean, you do need to get it, but isn't there... there had to be a way for him to disappear.
I see what you're saying. It's not like you can just jump in a bumper car and leave.
He didn't have time to plan it. This just seems very, very convenient for the plot to put the cops on his trail.
You know what? I think in this case, it would be a matter of parking. So you go in there to confront a drug dealer. You have your gun with you. Shit could get messy. Maybe I'm parking like a block away. And so if something happens, I can just I can leave and find my vehicle hidden away and then leave.
Yeah, I never thought of that. That's a good take on this.
And smart. Yeah, because I've seen that in other movies, right? Where they take their own vehicle, but they kind of hide it away around a corner or out of sight, so that way they can just get to their getaway vehicle. Bug out.
I mean, maybe it would, or maybe take your license plate number or put a different license plate number on it.
Yeah, I mean, that's generally a bad guy at the same time, like he's a vigilante. Like Batman doesn't leave his license plate on the car.
Yeah.
I'm your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. You can find me at,
Yes.
He doesn't leave his address on the notes, No, you're right. So it's kind of that weird.
It's
like
weird.
He's smart, right?
He is smart. He's been doing this for years. Well, the next scene is...
Is it the funeral scene?
No, the next scene is he comes home, and he finds that note under the door that says, "I know who you are."
Oh, yes, okay.
And then he gets the phone call, and this guy's on the phone saying, "I sent a limo for you, get in my limo."
Hey!
A limo drives Charles Bronson to this guy's house, and the guy's name is Nathan White.
Yeah.
And he's supposedly a rich philanthropist, and he tells Bronson that his daughter was killed by drugs, and he knows everybody knows who Bronson is. It's like...
Except the cops.
Except the cops. He has the worst kept vigilante secret ever.
Oh, yeah. Like, he might as well have a Tony Stark, I am Iron Man moment.
Well, because the guy says, "I know you shot that drug dealer last night." How? That was less than 24 hours ago. That's what I'm guessing, but how did you know? If nobody knows that you shot that drug dealer, there's no possible way he could have known.
You're right, because he shoots the drug dealer, gets in his car, drives to his house.
Yeah.
Finds the note, and the limo, and then gets the phone call, and the limo driver's there to take him away. So that all happened, like, he shot the guy, like, an hour ago, 2 hours ago, man. The blood hasn't even stopped,
Yeah.
And you're right. And it's funny because he knows the drug dealer's boss doesn't find out till like 2-3 days later, because we see that phone call.
You know what? I think we did skip the funeral.
Actually, no, you're right. We're not there because.
The funeral comes up. The funeral comes up after this scene. Yep.
Yeah. So he has his initial meeting with Nathan White, who tells him he wants to clean up the streets, and he wants Bronson to help him do it. So it's this is a kind of a new wrinkle, right? Like, you get someone who finds out who he is and wants to recruit him for his particular set of skills.
Well, not really, because that's what the cop did in Death Wish 3. He found out who he was and recruited him to kill the punks.
But this is more of like I'm going to finance your crusade.
Yes, you're right about that.
As opposed to a matter of convenience, right? Where the cop finds out, he happens to have a vigilante living next door or whatever. This is more like he sought him out to recruit him, and is gonna like Bruce Wayne getting someone outside to finance the Batmobile kind of thing.
And then we go to the funeral scene. Charles Bronson's girlfriend is a newspaper reporter. Charles Bronson, You know, this is one of the Charles Bronson doesn't do a lot of talking in this movie.
No.
But in this one, he gives her the speech. You know, you're a writer, right?
When Michael died, Erica was only 5. I made a promise to her. And no matter what happened, she would always come first. I let her down. I was too involved with my work to see what was going on.
You've got to stop this and now. I know how you feel because I've been there. You think you should have done something different, but that's not so. It's not true. It's not your fault that Erica died. It's those damn drugs.
I'm so angry. I feel so helpless. I want to do something. I don't know what to do.
You're a writer. Write about it. Let people know about drugs. Just keep pounding on it.
Yeah, very calm, about the whole thing. Like, this woman just lost her daughter, you know, and the conversation that they have doesn't seem to be funeral adjacent. You know what I mean? Like, this is like something that you would think that would happen, I don't know, like a year later when she's had a chance to grieve and cry and really, you know, internalize her pain and everything like that. Now, what is she going to do about it? But no.
Mourning in movies are very, very condensed. People do not mourn in movies. They move right on, unless that's the point of the movie that they're mourning. But generally in action movies where a loved one is killed, people just move right on to the next step in their lives.
Well, while that is true, I think in this case, it's really a lot of times this is now the grieving mother. Like there's sometimes the split, right? The grieving parent is going to grieve, and then our action hero is going to move on and go do something about it. So this is rare to see the grieving mother. Now she's just immediately, you know, call to action for her. I think that's kind of, you know. Now, did you notice the funeral procession? We have like a beat up Toyota. Then we have a limousine, and then the Buick Tornado. Who is in the limo? The mom should be in the limo. It's her daughter's funeral. Why is she in the Tornado with Bronson? Why did they take his car to the funeral? Who's in the limo? Who's closer to that young woman than the mom? Why didn't she warrant a limo ride? I don't understand. It bothered me a lot. If I had a kid and then my kid dies, I'm like, what? I can't ride in the limo? What the hell? Who's it for?
When you watch movies as enough as we have, it's always the little things that bug you. It's never the big things. It's always the little things. It's like, why did they do that? I understand perfectly. I didn't notice that, but but the little things pick at me as well.
Like, fine if he takes his car, but then you don't need to rent the limo. You could save the money. And they're just at the front of the person, or you move that conversation to the back of the limo, and it's her and Bronson. You know, now they don't even have to drive, so someone else can do that. Now they can focus on their conversation. What are you going to do about it? Mm-hmm. Right?
Right.
So Karen decides she's going to take on drugs.
Her publisher is like, nobody cares about drugs.
I love this. This guy's it's the 80s. It's the new norm.
It's the new norm. Everybody's doing drugs. Nobody cares that your daughter's dead on drugs.
Yeah, the poor, the rich, politicians,
housewives. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's this guy was he had just 10 seconds of fame right there, but he was great. It was just, it's the new norm. Like, don't worry about it. And this is 1987, so we're actually kind of coming to the end of that. You know, I mean, we still got a few more years left, but at the same,
we still got a few more years. But the height of the 80s is winding down here. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the new norm. Like, this is going to be it forever, baby. Cocaine is going to flow till the end of time, you know.
Then we go to the morgue where we see all these, you know, this a crack pipe blew up in his face, and she's turning tricks. It's really it's over the top.
Yes.
I don't want to make fun of this, but really, is half your morgue going to be filled with people who died with drug? You're not going to have a heart attack in there, or you're not going to have a car accident. Your whole morgue is full of people who died of drugs or drug-related. How about somebody that fell down some stairs? You know, they're in there too.
That idiot that fell off his roof and onto a rake or something. Like,
right.
Where's that guy represent? No. And it's like, and he kind of ordered it, like, you sure you want to do this? And it's like he had the whole presentation laid out in his mind. Okay, I'm going to start with the 18-year-old. Then we're going to go to the 16-year-old. And so finally, 13-year-old girl turning tricks on the worst absolute case you could possibly have. Throat slit, like, just the most god-awful story you never want to hear. And he's like, save the big one for last, baby. You know what I mean? Like, ugh. Morticians are kind of weird. Or at least in movies they are. They're always presented as weird. I don't know any real ones, but in the movies they're always presented these weirdos, and this guy is right along with it.
Because usually morgue workers are wacky. You get the wacky morgue where they're eating a sandwich. So at least he wasn't the typical wacky. So Bronson goes back to the millionaire's house, and he says he's going to do it. I'll start killing these rival gangs, these drug dealers.
That's right.
And while that's happening, we go to the police station, and they say the slug that they dug out of the drug dealer at the arcade, they find out that the vigilante is back. The bullet matches an old case from the vigilante.
That's right, yeah. Same gun. So he's been the vigilante for years, never switches guns.
Nope.
What? Brings his own car, same gun he's been using for years. Like, this is not painting a great picture of someone who's supposed to be intelligent and getting away with this stuff.
Well, yes, and when something happens later in the film, I'll bring it back up. But he had I'll bring it up now. We see later in the film that he has a whole arsenal.
Yes.
Take a different gun. You know, you could technically use a different gun every night you went out and hunted punks, just to make it a little more difficult on the police. But yeah, just you have a different gun. Take a different gun.
That's right. I mean, he likes the little Punk Hunter 3000. That's fine, but get two of them maybe. Different ballistics.
You're telling me you haven't killed a punk that had a gun on him? Well, take his gun and use that. So that's registered to somebody else. If you're
right. So then the next punk you kill looks like the other punk did it.
Right. We should be vigilantes.
Yes, yeah. We got at least we know to get a second gun and maybe a second car. So yeah, so the cops are starting to zero in. They realize the vigilante's back, and then we also have Karen confronting Tim Russ, the heavy. What I love is the dichotomy about this. So Karen, the mourning mother, is going to take on drugs. The editor says don't bother. She's going to do it anyway. She's in the arcade, back to the scene of the crime, essentially, right, where her daughter got the drugs. She's looking for information. Very cool and smooth about it. I got to say, she's like, you know what? I don't need to say much because money talks. But she's kind of down and dirty in the thick of it. Meanwhile, you got Charles Bronson sipping brandy or whatever the hell in a millionaire's home, just kind of living, just talking all high and mighty like they're going to do something. Meanwhile, the girlfriend, she could have got stabbed that night. He could have been going to a second funeral following another limo that he's not allowed to ride in.
Well, what happens around this time, too, in the movie is, so the cops have a list of Bronson's type of car and the last three numbers. And so Bronson's name is on a list. I think it was like 12 or 13 people.
A shocking number of blue Tornados with like the last three digits 226.
Yes. And they show up at Bronson's work and question him, and Bronson does a horrible job throwing them off the scent.
Mr. Kersey?
Yes.
I'm Sergeant Ryder. This is my partner, Sergeant Ozaki.
How can I help you?
Well, we're talking to a number of people in this area as part of a routine investigation. I was wondering if you could tell us where you were last Tuesday evening, between the hours of 7 and 9.
Tuesday, I leave here about 6. And with the traffic and everything, I got home about 6:45.
So you were at home that night?
As far as I remember, yes.
Can someone confirm that?
I was alone.
I see. Do you own a gun, Mr. Kersey?
Nope.
Are you married?
Nope.
Divorced?
My wife and daughter are dead.
I'm very sorry. Car accident?
Nope.
Well, that's about it. Sorry to have bothered you.
Oh, yeah.
That is the worst way you could have acted with the police. It's like this guy, something's happening with this guy. He did the worst possible job I've ever seen trying to convince somebody that you did not kill this guy.
Absolutely, because he's way too nonchalant.
Yeah.
Like, if the police come to see you, you give them your full attention.
Yes.
And then you get back to whatever you were doing. Like, if a police officer showed at my door right now, I wouldn't keep podcasting with you while answering his questions. You know what I mean? Like, I would have to, I'll be right back, Scott. You know, or what am I going to do? Start doing the dishes while he's grilling me on stuff? No, you give the police your full attention.
Or you act indignant. What do you mean? I didn't. No, there's no way I was. Don't play it up that much, but yeah, he was. I wasn't there. I was at home alone.
Yeah, but it's the way he was doing it. Like, it's one thing if he says that answer, but it's just he's flipping through pages, he's looking at drawings, he's taking his glasses off and on. Like,
he turns his back to the cops.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, you know, there's what you say and how you say it, but it was way too easy breezy. Like, I'm going to throw him off by pretending I don't give a shit. It's like, no. You got to pretend to at least give a shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that was hilarious too. It was just like, I've been grilled before. The cops always think I'm the vigilante.
Now we cut to, there's a big party at one of the drug kingpins, Ed Zachariah.
Yeah.
So it's Ed Zachariah and then there's another, Ed Zachariah is the head guy at one drug dealer, and then it's the something brothers. What is it?
Yeah, I got to look that one up.
The Romero brothers. So it's Ed Zachariah and the Romero brothers. So what Bronson is going to do is he's trying to pit them against each other. That's going to be his plan. So he somehow got hired as a waiter at Ed Zachariah's house. He goes off and he bugs the phones. While he's bugging a phone, Ed Zachariah is actually meeting with the Romero brothers. So it's Ed Zachariah and the Romero brothers and a couple of henchmen all in a room, and they bring this guy in. Long story short, Ed Zachariah stabs this guy because this guy's been skimming.
Well, and also there was the phone call too, where Zacharias just found out that his drug dealer got killed.
Yes,
it's at the party, isn't it? Like, he's talking to the brothers, to the Romeros. He takes the phone call, doesn't even say excuse me, he just walks off to answer the phone call, finds out that Buddy died, and which, again, that goes to your point. It's like, hang on, Nathan White knew within an hour. That in the meantime, we've seen Paul Kersey go home, then meet with Nathan, then go to the funeral.
Hey!
Then go back to see Nathan, then go to this party, and now Zacharias finds out his employee is dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why he calls in the Romeros, right? Because he thinks that they might have done it.
Because Ed Zachariah and there were the Romero brothers, the older one, the younger one is a hothead who wants to take out Zachariah. But Ed Zachariah and the older brother are like, we got peace, everybody's doing well. Let's not screw this up. And that's why Ed Zachariah, it's like, yeah, we're doing well, let's not screw this up. And Ed Zachariah stabs the guy who's skimming from him. And Charles Bronson, who was hiding in the bathroom, once again makes some noise at the most inopportune time. And they bust in, and he's like, "What are you doing?" "Just using the toilet."
Now this one, I gotta say, probably a decent alibi. You look at the guy; he's, of a certain age, probably does have to use the washroom a lot. You could, but you're having this clandestine meeting. Don't you check the can? That's like you pull someone into a public bathroom. You don't look under the stall. That's always the go-to move, right? You got to make sure you're alone before you talk about secret killings and stuff, or maybe murdering a guy right then and there. You got it. That's on Zacharias. He didn't check the can before he stabbed the guy.
Zacharias, tells Bronson, it's like, "Hey, if you don't say anything, I'll make it worth your while. And why don't you help my guy carry this body out?" And while all this is happening, Ed Zachariah gives his guy the nod, the head nod. Once we're out of the house, take care of Bronson as well. And Bronson actually catches this, so he knows. Not that he wouldn't think this is going to happen, but now he knows it's going to happen.
Yeah. So when they get out to the garage, he clobbers the guy with a tire iron
and slams his head in the trunk.
That's right, and then with a nice loud clang, throws the tire iron away, and then just leaves.
And just runs away. Yeah.
Which I find kind of weird. I would think that his move would be to come out of the bathroom guns a-blazing. He's got 3 targets, plus the heavies. Now, there's no one else there. He knows this, because he's peeked his head out like a dozen times during the conversation. You would think, it's like, this is it.
I don't think he doesn't have his gun with... He probably didn't have a gun with him, because he was probably frisked before...
Okay, yeah.
But I think the whole deal is not just to get the guys. He wants to cripple them before he takes them out.
And I guess he didn't want them to take each other out, right? So it looks like a drug war.
Yeah, and he wants to cripple it so bad that somebody just can't step in and just keep running it. And so that's the main thing, too. And this movie is, of course, it's a bridge between 3 and 4, between 3 and 5, Death Wish 4. But we see Bronson being a little more clever with this next one. He's going after Ed Zachariah's heavies, and they're all in a restaurant. And he pretends to be a wine salesman, and one of the wine bottles is a bomb.
And we also get another example of heavies in Death Wish movies going on to do better. Danny Trejo. With young Danny Trejo.
With one of the worst toupee wigs I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It had to
pay its own credit.
Yeah, he has hair, so it had to be a wig. Bronson takes this bottle of wine, which is a bomb, and he sets it on the table, and in essence, just blows up Ed Zachariah's three main heavies.
Well, what I love about this, and I was like, okay, he's got a case of 4 bottles of wine. So he gets there, he opens it up and shows first of all the bartender. He doesn't show him all 4 bottles. He just pulls out a bottle and pours a glass, lets him taste it, and then brings the sample over to the heavies sitting at their own private table, right? Restaurant's empty of anyone else, so it's a good time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But all I can think of is you brought in 4 bottles. The one with the bomb actually has wine in it too. He's pouring from the bomb. He actually fit wine and a bomb in the one bottle. He had 3 other bottles that could have been bombs with 1 bottle of wine, but no, he's got it. He's doing it all in one. What were the other 3, 4?
Well, I think that to me that's kind of clever, because nobody's going to, if you're pouring wine out of that, nobody's going to suspect that it's a bomb. At least I wouldn't.
I mean, yeah, in a way it's clever, but at the same time, like in any other movie, there'd be 1 real bottle that he's pouring from, and the other 3 would be the explosives, right? Because you could get a more explosive, bigger boom. But nope. So I can't decide if it's clever or a waste. I'm not sure. But you're right. pouring from that bottle. You would never expect that there's a timer and all these mechanisms underneath. I'd never seen anything like it.
Well, now he goes after the Romero brothers. He goes after the Romero's brothers' top drug distributor, who works out of a video store. Now, if that's not 80s, and this was something small. When Bronson goes into the video store, there is a cutout of Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, which is a canon movie, and this is a canon movie. So they're promoting other movies in this movie.
Did we see any Superman posters? Because Golden Globus?
No Superman 4. He goes into the video store and he has, what would you call, would you call that an Uzi?
Yeah, it looked like an Uzi.
It looked like an Uzi with a silencer on it.
What do you want?
You.
Hey, I didn't do nothing.
No, you just sell drugs to children.
Oh, come on, it's a business, man. I'm only a supplier, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't make the kids use drugs. It's their choice.
You don't do it, someone else will?
That's right. No, that's exactly right.
How many?
How many what?
How many children have you killed with this shit?
Just keep that in mind. An Uzi with a silencer on it. And he blows everybody away and he gets out.
Not so clever, this one.
Not so clever. This one is more, like,
pretty brutal. Yeah. It's weird. After the whole wine bottle, maybe he just got tired. Like, the setup's too much. I'll just shoot him.
Yeah. But now he goes after, Frank Boggs. And this is the Romero brothers' top hitman.
Sorry, before we get to that, so we have the killings at the video store, and the cops show up again, obviously. Now, they've been tracking each of the, they've been showing up to the scene, and it's the same two detectives. So the two detectives believe it's the vigilante that because of the ballistics from, the drug dealer shooting. But their lieutenant somehow, I don't know why, thinks that's not... So hang on. A drug dealer is shot, then more drug dealers are killed. No, two different cases. What? Drug dealer A is not related to drug dealers B and C being killed. What? How is it not related? I couldn't believe it. No. Stick on this drug dealer being blown up and these guys being shot. Your other drug dealer shooting can't be related.
Well, we have this is the cop trope where the head cop is stupid.
Yes.
But the cop on his trail is smart.
Yeah.
Or the cops on the trail are smart, and we'll find out something later about the other cops. Yeah, this is the dumb cop trope. I enjoy this movie, but there are a ton of tropes in this movie.
Hey!
I mean, to be honest, some of them probably come from this movie.
Maybe.
Sorry, so now we go to Boggs. He's the main hitman for which one again? That was Zacharias?
For the Romero brothers.
Oh, he's a Romero.
So what Bronson is doing, he's already taken. Wow, that's a great word. That's nice English there, Scott.
That's the sequel to Taken.
Yes, Tooken. He has already taken out the hitman from Zachariah. Now they're taking out the main hitman from the Romero brothers.
That's right.
So Bronson is doing, because he took out Ed Zachariah's main pusher and his main heavies. And that's what he's done. Now he's doing that to the Romero brothers. He's taken out the main pusher, and now he's taking out his main heavy. And this guy lives in a apartment, and the cops are staking out his apartment. So the two cops who are assigned to this are staking out Frank Boggs. So they're in the parking lot of his apartment. And Frank Boggs and his girlfriend are going out to the opera, I believe it was.
Yeah. Shut up. I like the opera.
Yeah.
That's all we get for explanation.
This is actually kind of clever, where we have the ruthless hitman enjoying opera. Well, maybe, we get that.
Yeah. That is a trope. You have the well-refined villain.
Yes.
Right? As opposed to your dirty street thug, you have the well-refined. He's wearing a lovely tuxedo. He's all cleaned up and ready to go to opera, and he's cultured, and he has a nice apartment. And I don't know where he got this lady from.
Yet he swears like a sailor. So there's both worlds in there.
Yeah. You like, there's a rich tapestry to this guy's backstory. Like, I came from the streets, and now I've elevated myself to be a refined gentleman.
Which is kind of refreshing. He's not just a blank. He's not just I'm a hitman. There's a little bit something to him.
Right, and
that's always nice to see any kind of character development.
And there's kind of a short form there that you can pick up on really quickly. You don't need to delve into, like, we don't need him to monologue to tell us. Right, we know he's rough and tumble, but we know he likes the finer things in life. I mean, that's a second dimension to the character. And I gotta say, this relationship he has with his lady love, I love these two. I don't know what the way they bicker, but they still, like, at the end of it they laugh. Like, their relationship, I'm like, why can't I have this as the movie? I want the Frank Boggs and his lady. I wanted that to be the whole preamble because those two are awesome.
They are, and it's another aspect of his character. He never lays a hand on her. And in other movies, I could see this character smacking her around. I could see this kind of character doing that, and he never does that. They bicker back and forth. It's sort of fun bickering, but he never
pisses him off.
She pisses him off, but he never strikes her.
That's right, yeah. And this is a guy who is prone to violence. That's his stock and trade. In any lesser movie, he would have. I mean, especially like we're talking the 80s and before, that was more prevalent in movies, and where that would just happen. And but no, he's, again, this is the refined gentleman part of him.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, that's elevated himself above where he came from. In my mind, anyway. I got the whole Frank Boggs backstory going. I want a Frank Boggs prequel.
Well, they leave the apartment to go down, and Bronson is hiding in the stairwell. And I just find it hard to believe. There's got to be security at this building. There has to be security at this building.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I find it hard to believe that Bronson was able to sneak in and hide in the stairwell.
Yeah, I don't understand how he gets in. And also, I don't understand what he's doing at the apartment, because so far it's just been a murder spree. So why does he need to tap Boggs' phone?
Nathan White told him to. Nathan said if you tap his phone, we can probably get some useful information. So he was given that by the millionaire. He actually told him to go tap his phones.
Okay, so that was just the mission. But he didn't do that to the other guys. He just blew them to smithereens. So
yeah, because he probably could have because he tapped Ed Zachariah's phone.
I get that.
That
That's
I get.
smart.
And you're right. If he would have just tapped the Romero brothers' phone, instead of this guy's phone, that probably would have been. You're eliminating a step here.
Yeah, but in true movie fashion, he forgot the tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in all their bickering and moonlighting bantering.
I get
I got to go with an 80s reference here, so.
Some walk by night.
So he goes back upstairs. So all of this is kind of preamble to a confrontation then. And this fight scene, I got to say, this is where they know they're dealing with an older gentleman at this point. It's not your Bruce Lee, Jet Li, early Chuck Norris martial arts classic by any means.
Well, I love that line. What are you doing in my apartment? I'm making a sandwich.
Yeah. This guy and Frank is no small dude.
No, he's Bronson's around 5'9".
Yeah, he's not the biggest guy. Yeah.
No, and this guy I would say is well over 6 feet.
Oh yeah. Like, he played football in high school, if nothing else.
Now, I agree that it's a fight with the man. From what Bronson did, which wasn't a stunt double, I thought he did a pretty good job of being a 66-year-old man.
Well, not being the stunt double, he did great. I mean, they could have easily just put a wig on a younger guy and then have him get thrown around the room and doing some kung fu or whatever. Because that's the thing. This guy's not a martial artist, right?
No.
Like, I don't remember any training scenes or anything like that where you have an architect taking a class at the Y or something like that to learn karate.
And I respect that. Nothing bothers me more in a movie. It's a lawyer knows karate. Well, this is never set up. I'm not saying that he can't know karate, but it's never set up in the movie, and then all of a sudden he or she are able to do karate. So, well, that's information the audience needed to know. Bronson's just a knuckler, a street fighter. Yeah. I appreciate the fact that he's not using karate. I appreciate that he's doing street fighting, kicking him when he's down, hitting him from behind. He used
the environment, right? Hits him with a good old fashioned wrestling chair shot.
Yeah.
And then puts him into a tube TV.
But during the fight, Bronson throws him off the balcony, and they're, 14, 15 stories? No, 12 stories up. It was 12. Yeah. So they're 12 stories up.
Yeah.
So this guy falls 12 stories onto the limo where his girlfriend is waiting for him.
That's another trope, right? The person waiting outside, the dead body falls right in front of them.
And the other trope is, I wish he dropped dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That one is as old as time,
Yeah.
He's such a jerk. I wish he'd drop dead.
Christ.
Yeah, I wish he'd just dropped dead. But again, I love those two. I had to stop and give credit because, again, for the few moments that they have together, she is giving it 100%. This lady was just, and
she's not taking any shit from him. She's not taking any shit from this guy, even though he's a huge dude. And he's a hitman. She's not taking any shit from him.
She does not care. Yeah.
Now the cops spring into action.
Sort of.
One of the cops goes upstairs to check, and one of the cops stays down. And he goes, check to see if anybody suspicious leaves.
Yeah, so Detective Phil Nozaki is the one who spots, again, the tornado.
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Okay, I brought this up earlier. Okay, earlier you have to use your own car, but now you've got a millionaire behind. Buy another car. Drive something that doesn't belong to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Go to a wrecking yard, grab the cheapest piece of shit you can find that still runs, slap some fake plates on it, away you go.
Well, no, you got a millionaire backing you. You have him buy you a decent car.
That's true. Yeah. You can buy a used car cash and from someone who's selling one in their front yard. I mean,
absolutely. Now this cop sees Bronson leave, and when his partner comes down, his partner says, "Did you see anybody?" And this Phil Nozaki says no. Yeah. So now we know that something's up with this cop.
Well, and what got me, which was actually kind of nice, is I didn't really see what was coming. I don't know if you want to save that for after, but I guess if you've seen the movie, and you're listening to this podcast. I wasn't quite sure if he was dirty or not, because a part of me was wondering if this was going to be like the cop that helps out, that trope.
Yeah.
Right. So he's not saying he doesn't want to rat him out because he wants to help him or something.
That's a cool view, because I saw this movie in the theaters when it came out.
Oh, okay.
I know what's happened. I know what's going to happen with the cop. So every time I rewatch it, it's not a surprise for me. But
this is my first viewing, right? So
yes, your first viewing. So that it was nice to see it through fresh eyes, and that is actually a very good take on what could have happened.
Now, granted, that's after years of watching other movies. Had I seen it back, now I wasn't old enough to see this movie back in '87, but had I, say, rented it in the '90s when I was old enough and not had the experience, I might have actually caught it right away and be like, oh, okay, But it's weird that possibly that since then I've been tainted by other movies and maybe a glimmer of hope that no, he's not bad. He wants to help Charlie.
When this movie came out, I was 17, so this was probably one of the first rated R movies that I saw in a theater.
Oh, well, that's cool.
The next scene, they meet in a movie theater. The millionaire Nathan White tells them that Ed Zachariah runs a fish cannery, and the back of the fish cannery is where they refine drugs. Fine.
First of all, how dare you? You're talking throughout the movie. That's just fucking rude.
But the scene, the whole movie is with Nathan White's voiceover. We hear his voice all through, if you want to find the Romero brothers, they could be at this restaurant at this time, blah, blah, blah. But this scene, we see Charles Bronson, we see him buy a ticket, we see him walk through the lobby, we see him sit down. It's like, this was like 3 or 4 minutes of, this could have been a 20-second voiceover. I don't know why this scene is in the movie. And
you're right, absolutely. They could have done just the whole voiceover as he's going to the cannery.
Yes, as he's driving up to the cannery. Ed Zachariah owns a cannery and blah, 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 blah.
Because you follow Bronson as he's going to punch in for work. Like, why did we need the theater scene when they could have just had him do the voiceover up until he gets discovered?
Exactly. And I love the voiceover for the cannery. He goes, the front of the cannery is a real cannery. That'll be easy to get into. The back of the cannery is where he does drugs. That'll be a little more difficult to get into. It's not difficult to get into.
Not at all.
Not at all. He just walks back there.
There's another shout out here. Did you recognize the cannery lab foreman, the guy that actually catches him?
I didn't.
It's Mitch Pileggi, who some people would know. I'll work backwards here. Sons of Anarchy. He played a Nazi drug dealer there. But also, more famously, he was on The X-Files as Director Skinner.
Hey! Okay, well, I've never seen an episode of X-Files.
But again, Charles Bronson movie, better things.
Better things.
Yeah, because, I mean, that movie, that show was quite, was like a lot of people loved it, and he was on for quite a while. Like, not just a cameo, he was a regular on a really popular show. Charles Bronson movie. There we go. I couldn't believe it. All these cameos. I'm like, not cameos, but it's like back before they were famous kind of roles. I thought it was great.
Yeah. Well, so Charles Bronson makes it to the back. He starts blowing people away with an Uzi, which brings alarm. Now, earlier we saw him with why didn't you bring the silencer this time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Now, he ends up blowing it up, but he could have blown everybody away with the Uzi with a silencer, set the bomb, and then been able to get back up front before the bomb went off.
Yeah. Just get in that truck and go before anyone's the wiser.
Yes, but what happens is he starts blowing people away, an alarm sounds, people start rushing him, and honestly, there is no way he gets out of this. No way. He is surrounded by hundreds of people. He's out of ammunition. Bring a silencer and bring an extra clip.
No kidding. And I didn't realize before watching this movie that there was something missing in my life, and that was Charles Bronson versus the Fishmonger Gang.
Yeah.
But we get it here in spades. And what amazes me about this gang, because we get the voiceover, like you said, legitimate business in the front, party in the back. It's the mullet of the drug trade.
Yes.
And he even comments and saying the legitimate business up at the front actually makes money for the gang. Like, it's their legit front, they're making money making cat and dog food. My guess is not all of the employees were hired as goons. That there's actually people who are really just, they know fish, they know the machinery, it's their 9 to 5, right? The alarm goes off. What did Brenda from HR include that in the introductory packet when you got hired? That, by the way, in case of intrusion, you will have to rush a gunman.
Because once again, it's somebody really on top of their job. The minute the explosion, there's an announcement saying $1,000 to whoever gets the son of a bitch. What son of a bitch?
What son of a bitch? Yeah, you don't know who it is. Like, it's like they didn't even say like the new guy, or nothing. Like, we don't know who it is. So you could have had two guys just fighting, thinking you're the son of a bitch. No, you're the son of a bitch. No, you're the son of a bitch. I wanted that scene actually. That would have made me laugh. But yeah, just this idea that these regular Joe schmoes really all of a sudden become killers for $1,000.
Okay, and putting it like that, maybe Charles Bronson does get out, but it's very, very slim with that amount of people.
You're right. It's a numbers game, and they do the classic, let's line up one at a time.
Yeah.
And he's just clubbing people now with his Uzi.
Yeah.
And, like, out of this, how many employees we saw at when he entered, it's maybe, what, half dozen, 10 guys, maybe, that he actually comes face-to-face with?
Maybe, yeah.
But there's still a lot. You put any fighter with 10 other people.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, take your best fighter, you get 10 grown adults surrounding them. It's going to be tough to get out of. And yet no one lays a hand on him. Not one. And then
he doesn't even get knocked down. He doesn't get touched.
And what was his escape plan?
He grabbed a truck and drove he drove through a wall.
He grabbed a truck that he didn't know was there. He didn't plant the truck. He didn't come into the truck.
No.
So his only two moves are, I'll bring my own car, or I just won't have one. Like, there's... But I couldn't believe Bronson versus the Fishmongers. I didn't know that was missing from my life, and I'm better for having seen it though, because it was hilarious seeing him one at a time fight off these fishmongers. It was pretty good.
Well, now we cut to the scene where the cop talks to Ed Zachariah, and we find out the cop is dirty. He's working for Ed Zachariah.
Zaki's dirty.
Zaki's dirty, and Zachariah tells him to kill Bronson. Actually, no, he tells him to find out who he's working for and then kill him.
That's right.
And at this point in my notes, I have Charles Bronson's girlfriend has disappeared. We have not seen her for, 45 minutes?
She's busy fighting the war on drugs by herself, but we don't know. We don't know what she's doing. You're right. I did note that and we're going to keep going for another little while before we see her again.
Yes, we are. You could honestly forget she's in the movie at this point.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, the little girl, the young lady that dies at the beginning could have easily been like his niece or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I know she's the trigger point for the whole adventure, but you really didn't need the whole love interest story and have her own subplot if you're going to do this to her, because it's nothing. It goes nowhere.
No, yeah. I mean, well, when we get to the end, there's a reason, but once we get there. So Phil Nazaki confronts Bronson at his work. You know, he's questioning Bronson, and Bronson is sitting behind a drafting board, and you can see from his bottom lip up. So the rest of his body. Now, if you're this cop and you know you're dealing with a vigilante, stand up. Let me see your hands. None of that.
Yeah, and you mean even you're presenting yourself as a police officer. You could do that, right? You can say, can you just stand up, please? Let me see your hands. Okay, great. I need to talk to you.
He gives himself up. I mean, he doesn't even he doesn't play the cop card. He's like, he tips. It's like, nope, I'm working for Zachariah. I want to know who you're working for.
Yeah, and then I'm going to kill you. Like, he all but says that.
Well, yeah, he all but says, he says, and if you tell me, I'll let you walk out of here. Nobody believes that.
Does it really? Oh, okay. Well, in that case, here's his address. That's not happening. Yeah. So, but he doesn't give up Nathan.
He actually blows the cop away because he had a gun, and he shoots him through the drafting board.
What can I do for you?
I just wanted to drop by and see how you're doing. Since we didn't have a chance to say hello the other night at Frank Fogg's place. You've made a lot of people unhappy, Mr. Kersey, especially Ed Zacharias. He asked me to deliver his message of distress personally.
You work for Ed Zacharias?
Being a cop's too dangerous. I want to take an early retirement, and he pays well. Now, I don't have to kill you. I just want to know who you are working for. I know it's not the Romeros. Who is it?
I don't work for anybody. This is my work.
Don't play games with me. I can make this scene really painful. Or I can walk out of here. All I need is a name.
I don't have a name.
It can be very, very nasty if I want to be.
So can I.
Yeah, so now he's got a drafting board with a hole in it. He's got blood on his carpet, and one heck of a meeting the next working day.
Yeah.
There was an incident here. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. Don't ask questions about this bullet-sized hole in my table. Just get me a new one. Don't mind the blood on the carpet. It's mine. Yeah, it's mine.
Yes.
I cut myself shaving.
Well, so anyway, Bronson, he dumps the cop's body, and his partner, the cops find the cop's body the next day, and his partner's told. And his partner actually takes it really, really hard.
Yeah, like harder than the mom took the daughter's death. So this is it. He's out for blood now. You killed my partner, right? Which, in any other movie, it starts the cop on his own story.
Right, but we're like an hour and a half into this movie right now.
No, I'm just saying, like they put in another movie in this movie to for the which normally kicks off a whole different movie. But the girlfriend, no idea where she is.
no idea where the girlfriend is. But the cop's partner, he found the list with Paul Kersey's name circled, and so the cop is pretty much 100% sure that Paul Kersey is the vigilante.
Mm-hmm. So he ambushes him at his house
later. And the thing I liked about that is he references Death Wish 1 and Death Wish 2. He goes, his wife and family were mugged in 1974 and 1982. So he references the movies, and he actually references the correct years.
Wait, the first one came out in 1974?
Yeah.
That's the year I was born.
Yeah, that's when the first one came out. But then we find out, through the phone taps, Bronson finds out that there's going to be a meeting between Ed Zachariah and the Romero brothers in this old abandoned oil. And if you see any posters of this movie, this is the gun that he's using in the poster. It's this high-powered rifle, once again with a silencer on it. And both the drug gangs show up, and Bronson starts shooting at them, and so it just turns into a bloodbath. Everybody's shooting everybody else.
Well, yeah, and what I like about this is Bronson kicks it off. He shoots one guy, and tensions are already high. He waits. He picks his spot, right? He waits for the right moment. They start yelling at each other. He shoots somebody. Now that's it. It's on. And that's what's kind of great about this movie is, for an action movie, again, dealing with not to be ageist, but I mean dealing with a gentleman who can't do what he used to do. I mean, that's just how age works. The idea that he has to be more clever, rather than like another action star might have rushed right down there and started trying to punch and kick everybody himself. Bronson, his character has to be clever rather than just physically adept. I mean, he's going to know how to shoot that gun, but at the same time, like this idea of like letting them do all the work, I actually really like that. I thought that was great.
No, yeah, the movies, he gets more and more clever as the movie series goes along because he's getting older and older, and he has to. Yeah, I agree. He's doing things his way, the way he has to do it at his age.
Yeah, so it's kind of like him and the character are kind of aging in like a well-defined fashion, right? It's not some of these aging action stars that still try and go and do the same old punches and kicks, and they can't quite do them anymore. And
are you talking like Steven Seagal?
Well, I mean, Aikido, he's still amazing at that, but there's certain things that, like he's not high kicking anymore, I don't think. Although I haven't seen any of his movies lately, but there just comes a point where that style that you're known for, it gets harder and harder to accomplish, right? So you have to adapt and change. And, so I do like the idea that his character's kind of adapting with his own age. No joke there. That was just a straight up compliment. And
Bronson's got, and so everybody gets blown away, except for Ed Zachariah. He's the last one left. And Bronson has got this high-powered rifle. You know, Ed Zachariah is like, "Who are you?" And he pulls out a picture of his girlfriend's daughter. It's like, "I don't even know her." "Well, I do." And then he blows it. I like that scene. Bronson got, right before he killed them, got to let him know who was the one doing it and why.
Yeah. So right, that's a very classic. Like this guy's been messing with your whole life, and just before he kills you, you get to actually see who it is. Mm-hmm. But I like the idea that he's got this high-powered rifle that he's however many yards away, and hitting targets, right? And like killing them. Point blank range, he hits Zacharias right in the chest, and he still has the like, really?
Who are you?
I'm the guy that set you up.
Why? I don't even know the girl.
I do.
Technically, that gun should have blown him apart.
I don't think he would have enough left in him to go, like this protracted death scene, like that. Maybe if he had his little pistola there, yeah, his little purse gun, but no, not this thing.
Well, both gangs are gone, and we cut to a scene where the cop is talking to his lieutenant. He's like, "I want Kersey." And once again, the stupid lieutenant's like, "Look, Kersey's clean. Don't bother him anymore."
And who cares? It's just a bad guys killing bad guys. He wants to thank Kersey if it's actually him.
Yeah.
Saved the department a lot of paperwork, a lot of time, a lot of money.
Nathan White wants to meet Bronson one last time.
No, he... Oh, yes, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, sorry, I got mixed up there for a second.
Yeah, he wants to meet him one last time. So Bronson pulls up in front of this limo, and the limo driver is standing there, and Bronson's like, Where's Nathan White? I'm supposed to take you to him. I thought he was supposed to meet me here. Well, he wants me to take you to him. Bronson gets in the back of the limo, and he sees the limo driver walk away and get in a car. Hey! Is another one of those.
A couple of them, yeah. Hey!
His reaction, the minute he starts walking away, you know something's wrong. It takes him like a minute to realize, okay, there's no door handles. I've got to get out of here.
It takes him a minute, and watching the limo driver get into another car and drive away before he stops going, hey, and then actually tries to get out of the car. This bomb takes so long. This
bomb takes so long.
And this is inept bad guy 101. Set the trap. Good guy falls to the trap. I'm going to leave before the trap is sprung, in all confidence that everything's going to go smoothly. I'm not going to check on it. I'm not going to get visual confirmation. Like, the least he could have done was stop at the other car and just kind of turn and wait and see if the bomb goes off, if Kersey gets out before the bomb goes off. Nope, everything's going to be fine. I just know it. Do not worry about it. Let's go get a sandwich.
Bronson shoots out the back window, crawls out, and the car explodes.
See, if he had stuck around, he would have seen that. He would have known that he didn't. that he failed.
Well, first of all, it was way too. If you're going to booby trap a car like that, can't you make the window unbreakable window? That was way too easy. Just by not putting door handles on the doors, it was still pretty.
That's
pretty
not bad.
Easy.
That's not bad. That's a good first step. Not bad.
It's a good first step, but
shorter timer. Bulletproof windows.
Thicker window.
Yeah, because they make limos with bulletproof windows. You can get.
They do. Yeah.
Ever since the Pope Mobile, back in the, you could get that. Don't worry about it.
Well, Bronson takes off. Bronson's pissed.
Oh,
takes off. And he goes to Nathan White's house and he forces his way in. And then he realized the guy who's Nathan White was not Nathan White. The real Nathan White was in Europe the whole last month.
Dun, dun,
So-
dun.
So he was dealing with a phony this whole time.
I kind of called that at the beginning. My first instinct when I saw the Nathan White guy that we meet, I was like, oh, wait, let me guess. This guy wants the other two guys out so he can control the drug trade. I said that in my mind. I'm not just saying it now. I honestly thought that. But to be honest, the drug, and I'm gonna pull back here, the drug crusade that he goes on, I actually started to believe that Nathan White was just being a good guy. So my initial thought was, no, he's also a bad guy. He won me over throughout the movie.
Yes, so Nathan White is a drug dealer. And I don't even think, do we get his real name at all in this movie?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, yeah. But once the actor, I don't know the actor's
John
name.
P. Ryan. So he's only credited as Nathan White.
Okay, so John P. Ryan, his acting between being the good guy, Nathan White, and the bad guy, Nathan White, it's a total change. When he's the bad guy, he's a totally different person. I like the abrupt switch in his personality once we find out he's a bad guy.
Hey! Yeah, he's being himself now. I call in my notes I call him Slapface.
Yeah,
because he keeps slapping everybody in the face for some reason. He's that kind of bad guy. He's very, very hands-on, touchy-feely, slapping the hey, it's okay, man, it's all right, pal, you know.
Because before we find out, we left something. Before we find out that he's Nathan White, he's not Nathan White. Charles Bronson, he confronts the real Nathan White, and he's driving home, and these couple of cops pull him over.
Oh, yes.
And start to take him downtown. And these are fake cops. Bronson figures it out, and he starts kicking the grate, the wire between the front and the back seats.
Yeah.
That seemed to come out way too easy.
Well, they are fake cops, right? So
they are fake
cop car. They don't know all the regulations, and I guess they didn't have time to reinforce the grate.
Well, he first becomes suspicious because they handcuff his hands in front, and I guess you don't do that as a cop. I guess everybody.
It's in the back, isn't it?
Yes. And then he realizes that they're not going downtown. He asks a couple of fake questions, but the thing with that is, so he starts kicking the grate, and the cops lose control, and they drive up over this car, but you can clearly see the ramp.
Yes.
You can clearly see the ramp that the car hits and flips over.
It's the Dukes of Hazzard stunt.
Yeah.
It's a classic. Because they wouldn't flip over a parked car. They would just smash into it.
You would just smash into it, yeah.
Yeah. Like, there isn't even a conveniently placed tow truck with the ramp that's been lowered, so they can jump, or bale of hay, a couple of bales of hay with wood stacked, sorry, I'm pulling from Dukes of Hazzard here, because they had to come up with these creative reasons why there was ramps all over Hazzard County. So, but yeah, they roll the car, and that's how he makes his escape.
And then we find out that Nathan White is a drug dealer, and Nathan White is like, we need an edge, and now Bronson's girlfriend comes back into the movie. They kidnap her to use her against him.
Where they take her, I'm hard-pressed to think of a more 80s place to take her for this final showdown than a roller rink.
A roller rink.
Not only a roller rink, but a roller rink that is so successful, it has underground parking.
It has its own parking garage.
Underground parking. I mean, like, not a parking lot beside, like a concrete was poured and molded for a roller rink. I couldn't believe it. It was great, though. I mean, it really lent to that. It's again something different, which I thought was kind of neat. Like, you didn't.
Yeah.
Well, roller rinks were all over the place in the 80s, but you didn't see a lot, in this kind of movie.
Yeah, they were using what was popular in the 80s, which is where these movies would have taken place. If this was 1987,
Yeah, if you wanted a loud public place, like a roller rink is very loud. You got music blaring, you got all the skates on the boards, stuff like that. You get a lot of people talking, of course, yeah.
While all this is happening, cop shows up at Bronson's place. He's just going to kill Bronson. And Bronson says, well, your partner was dirty.
You killed a cop, Kersey. Not just any cop. My partner. Now I'm going to kill you.
Ooh, no. Your partner was dirty.
Bullshit.
He worked for Ed Zacharias.
You're lying.
They go back and forth. The phone rings. It's Nathan White saying that we got your girlfriend. Meet us here in the underground parking garage at the roller rink. We'll do an exchange. And Charles Bronson ends up knocking out the cop. And after he knocks out the cop, like I said before, he moves this refrigerator, and there's this hidden panel, and there's all these weapons in it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, okay, did he buy those weapons with the money from the millionaire? But it was a hidden panel. So that was there before. I have to believe that those guns were there before. He bought all the stuff that he needed from the millionaire guy.
Yeah, it has to be. There's no way that during his crusade he stopped and had the millionaire pay for construction guys to come in, for carpenters to come in, and A, put his fridge on wheels so he could move it easily, and B, build an ammo rack into the wall with was there a lock on it? I don't think there was. I think it was just because it was behind the fridge. I don't think he locked it.
I don't think so either.
But still, you're right. He had to have had this built into his house before.
He goes to the roller rink.
Roller rink.
Actually, he goes to the underground garage attached to the roller rink. He does something that he does in Death Wish 5, which we've already done. He sends a driverless forklift, so all the bad guys shoot at it and give him an advantage. And he does the same thing. He does the same thing here with his car. So he sends the car down the parking ramp, the parking garage, and everybody starts shooting at him. The funniest thing, though, this is a driverless car that makes a 90-degree turn at one point. Yeah.
Yeah. And not only that, but they can see him.
Yeah.
What's he doing? He's doing nothing. They didn't see him get out of the car? How was that?
But they blow his car away. He's not in there. And then after they blow his car away, he pretty much blows everybody away but Nathan White. He escapes.
Here's a question.
Okay.
He pulls out the grenade launcher, which I love, and blows up the van. The bad guy's van that tries to hit him. What if she was in the van?
Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't know.
He has no idea.
Because they're going to the exchange. The exchange is taking place in the underground parking lot. So a van shows up. What? You may have just blown away your girlfriend.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He has no idea. But the chase goes up into the roller rink. She's actually being held prisoner in the maintenance closet in the roller rink.
Yeah.
And from this point on, it's just Bronson blowing away people to get the Nathan White and his girlfriend.
Yeah, he has to take on each goon individually, and
yeah,
he's got that big ass machine gun, and he's just now. And another, again, highly populated area, lots of people. No stray bullets, not one.
Not one. Well, maybe we don't see it if there is.
No, but I got to think. He killed more than just those bad guys that night.
Yeah.
So he gets to Nathan.
And then Nathan has his girlfriend.
This is outside the rink now. They've left the rink.
I'll kill her, Kersey. I swear to God, I'll kill her.
Yeah, so Kersey's there. They're at the classic tete-a-tete showdown. She decides to finally wake up and help herself, right? And so she does the eye rake, classic wrestling maneuver, by the way. She's been watching WWF.
Yeah.
She rakes the eyes, so he's temporarily discombobulated. She runs away and gets shot in the back, a lot. And then Kersey, and again, I love this one. Not just a bullet. No. That's not good enough for this bad guy. No way. And you can totally see the switch from the real actor to then the dummy standing there getting a grenade launcher and boom.
Yeah, you can like in all the explosions. You can totally. They didn't do a good job of covering up the dummy explosions in this movie, because a lot of the explosions you can totally tell that there's a dummy.
And also Frank Boggs too.
Yeah, the dummy falling. Yeah, that was
dummy Boggs.
They shouldn't have stuck on. They shouldn't have held on that shot too long while he was falling.
Yeah, yeah, dummy Boggs. Yeah. So
and then the cop shows up. Bronson gives another final speech. You know, do what you got to do before he just walks away.
Hold it, Kersey. Put down the gun. Stop right there. God damn it, I'll shoot!
Do whatever you have to.
Okay, now we've come to it.
Okay.
The part of the movie that made this one of the craziest action movies I've ever seen. His lady love was shot in the back multiple times in front of his face. He tells the cop, you do what you got to do, and just like you said, he walks away. Are you kidding me? He walks away. In any other movie, he would have ran to her side, or in his case, at least a nice brisk stroll, and cradled his lady love, and reassuring her that he's avenged her, and it's over, and your daughter can rest now.
You can both rest. You can both
rest now. Yeah, the bad guys are gone. Something, some platitude in those final moments. He leaves her cold and dead in the street and just fucking walks away. That is the coldest thing I've ever seen an action movie hero do. Just unbelievable. Just leaves. Fuck off, I'll get another 30-year-old girlfriend. Like, just...
30-year-olds grow on trees, you know.
Yeah, she was only 32 years my junior. I guess she was aging out. You know what I mean? Or,
yeah.
Like, just on... I couldn't believe it. It's the most incredulous thing. I mean, because his whole crusade is about her and her daughter. He killed how many people on his way to this end for her? He encourages her to get involved.
Yep.
And when all is said and done, just... Well, okay, he ain't getting a spot in that limo now. I can bet your bottom dollar he ain't. Not if I have anything to do with say about it. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it, Scott. What the hell is this ending?
It's like, oh shit, we're out of money and we're out of time. We got to wrap this up. Chuck, take a walk up those stairs. Cut, print, we're done.
How is that couldn't have been satisfying for you? Maybe
No,
at age 7, when you're as a kid, sure, he's a cool guy, he's doing the cool things. But now,
all I can think of is that all of his lady loves, it just wears you down after they keep getting killed.
Was it in 3 we saw one get blown up?
Wife dies in 1. His girlfriend leaves him in 2. His girlfriend gets blown away in 3. His girlfriend gets blown away in 4, and his girlfriend gets blown away in 5. So 4 out of the 5 Death Wish movies, his wife or girlfriend gets killed, and 1 leaves him.
The smart one. So is he just so jaded at this point? Like, yeah, fuck it. Like,
maybe.
That to me was just it was just a cold way to end this story.
And he throws the gun down with his prints on it. So even if this cop doesn't do anything, cops are going to show up. Cops are going to see that gun. They're going to lift prints up. It's maybe he wants to get caught. And if you're going to get caught, why don't you just, like you said, just sit there and cradle your beloved in your lap until the police come or whatever.
There's one way to do an ending like this. There's only one way that I can think of where it works. And that's if the cop, seeing the dead drug dealer, et cetera, if basically the cop lets him go and says, you better run.
That happens in Death Wish 2.
Right, but that's my point. The only way that he gets away with not going to his lady love is if the cop gives him a head start.
Yeah.
And so now he doesn't have time to see her, or whatever. He's got to go because there's more cops in the way. Right. That's the only way it works in my brain.
He's got to go. So here's what happens. Couple of steps. I look over. I see my lady love. I look back, and then I run. So there's at least an acknowledgement.
Thank you. Something because and we know he can run. He's kept in great shape. When we saw him in 3, I think it was 3, or was it 5? I can't remember now because it's been a while. But one of them, there's a whole scene of just him out for his daily jog. So we know Bronson, the actor, could pull this off. He starts walking, looks at the lady love, and then starts jogging and running. Yeah. I've got it. You know what I mean? I can't stick around. But this idle stroll, do what you got to do. And doesn't even acknowledge her, like you said. Doesn't even acknowledge her. It's just the coldest thing I've seen. I can't believe it. Oh, yeah. Not even a tear. I mean, just.
Well, I don't think we're going to get.
Well, we're not going to get him crying. But.
We're not going to get a tear from Bronson, but there was a couple, when he woke from the dream. There was a little more emotional scenes in this movie that I've seen in previous Charles Bronson's movies, where he's actually conveying how he's feeling through his acting.
Yeah, and a bit more vulnerable, right?
Yeah, I would say so. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's that when he's having the fight with Boggs, and Boggs has him down, and he's kicking him in the stomach, he's vulnerable now. He's in pain. He's being kicked, but this he just shuts right off.
Yeah.
At the worst possible moment, I'm going to blame the director on this, because I think that's bad direction to not have him even acknowledge, the girlfriend. Couldn't believe it.
And that's it. That's Death Wish 4, the Crackdown.
That's right. Now, over on the Or Is It podcast, we, as I said, like to find the real story behind the story. As an example, I think I think we found one here in just the last few minutes. Is this a story about a vengeance against drug dealers, or is it a cautionary tale not to date action heroes? So
that was mine. Mine, or is if you're in your 30s, ladies, stay away from Charles Bronson. Which is probably easy now because he's dead. But not honestly, ladies, if you're in your 30s, stay away from a 60-year-old action star.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Now, I have. Do you have any others?
If you're a struggling actor, become a punk and let Charles Bronson blow you away, and you will become, and that will elevate your career a lot quicker.
So for today, I guess you need to find whoever the new Charles Bronson is and get cast as a thug in their movie.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Any more?
That's it for me.
Okay, I've got 2 of them that I actually wrote before we talked about how horrible it is to be Charles Bronson's girlfriend in these movies. Or is it a movie promoting drugs? ? Again, I'm going back to the new way of life, says the editor. Don't worry about drugs. Go ahead. It's like that. It was this weird kind of pro-drug message that it's just subtly just dropped right there. And you even have the drug dealers giving their own defense. Well, I didn't tell her to take the drugs. I just sold them to her. It was her decision as to whether or not you know what I mean? This kind of weird pro-drug angle. Very, very odd. Or thanks to the whole Nathan White, and I wrote this, or is it kind of early on in my notes, the whole Nathan White and Paul Kersey relationship. I called it, or is it Avengers Age of Retirement? Scott, thank you so much for having me on your podcast. How do you normally close?
Mark, thank you for having me on your podcast. And I close, I go, well, thank you for listening to the Burt Reynolds and Charles Bronson podcast. You can always follow me on my website, scottyblanco.com. And you can also support this podcast by going to my Patreon page, patreon.com/Scott White. And with my special guest, Mean Mark, visit their website with the Canadian Movie Crew.com.
www.canadianmoviecrew.com. Our podcast can also be found in Stitcher and iTunes.
I will leave a link to their podcast in the description of my podcast.
Yep, and likewise, we'll do the same on our website. Or at least I'll ask Derek too and see if he can do that for me. All right, well, thanks again, Scott. Keep listening, everybody, and we'll see you again soon.
We will see you again soon here on the Burt Reynolds and Charles Bronson, the Canadian Movie Crew podcast.
Here we are, Branson, Missouri.
No, Pelly. This is Bronson, Missouri.
Me? Well, how do we get to Branson?
Number 10 bus. Hey, Ma. How about some cookies? No dice. This ain't over.